Welcome to the Fantasy Savvy Weekly Show with your host, Steve D'Angelo, discussing high-stakes fantasy football, NFL picks, and much more. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And welcome back, everybody, to the Fantasy Savvy Weekly Show with your host, Steve D'Angelo. Back for an FFWC Fantasy Football World Championship. Go check them out, ffwc.com. Playoff draft. We're going to get started here in a couple minutes. I have the fourth pick. There's 6 guys in the league, and we're going 14 rounds tonight. So if you guys have never done a playoff draft for the NFL or for any sport for that matter, the basic strategy is pick your bracket, pick who you got the furthest, and then try to stack those teams as much as you can. Of course, you're going to have to play the draft board like any other draft, come up with some sleeper teams. Some guy, you're going to have some players on teams you really don't believe in. It's just the kind of the way it goes. And then it's different here too, because, quarterbacks are probably the most important here because they're going to produce the most points. And also defense and kickers are big as well because they're going to play, if you have the Niners defense, they play 3 games, or the Niners kicker, Moody, whatever the hell his name is, he gets 3 games. It's a lot of points. So rather than, taking, like the Bucks kicker or something where he only gets 1 game. So that's big too. So it's a little bit different. Again, it mostly comes down to picking the right teams. If you can get that right, most of the time you're going to look pretty successful. Of course, you still got to produce, get the highest producing players, get some sleeper picks in there for sure, late picks that start to pop. But this is FFWC, and I'm going to try to do maybe 1 or 2 or more of these live before the playoffs start. We'll see how it goes. But I would definitely be participating in a few of these. Also, DraftKings, Underdog, FFPC, NFC has some contests as well. This is the only site that really does a live draft other than Underdog. But it's kind of cool because it's, 14 rounds, so it gets pretty deep, which I like a lot. So I'm going to bring up the draft board for you guys now. I'll blow it up. Let's see how that looks. Maybe I need to blow it up for you guys a little bit. Let me. Oh, that's my own recording. Okay, yeah. So let me see if I blow it up now, how it looks. But then I can't really freaking see the screen. All right, so we'll just leave it like that. Hopefully, you guys can see it good enough. But just to give you guys an idea, you could do something on this site. You can start your own league at fantasypostseason.com. That's a good site that allows you to, start your own home league if you want. It's like $15 to sign up, and then you can get your friends involved in that as well. But we are going to get started here pretty soon. Looks like we are a go. We are ready to go now. So let's pop this baby up. And then let me get back to my tabs over here. Okay. All right. So the first pick is CeeDee Lamb to 4 Roses. So obviously he's got the Cowboys going pretty damn far. Certainly a very likely Super Bowl contender if they could just get past the 49ers. They're going to get the Packers in the first round, which kind of think the Packers are going to give them a pretty good game. I mean, Jordan Love is playing pretty good football. Number 5 fantasy quarterback this year. Christian McCaffrey goes 2nd overall to 1 bro.
You're on the clock.
And Josh Allen, that's who I would have taken. So at this point, how do I pass on Lamar Jackson? Just looking through the players here, Debo, Brandon. Yep. I mean, Lamar Jackson is the clear pick. And again, I'm going to do a few of these. So, but yeah, clear pick for me here is Lamar Bang. Okay. I would have took Allen if he was there. I thought maybe Lamar would go ahead of him. But I'll do more of these. So this team is going to have to be a Raven stack, which is absolutely fine by me. Certainly feels like it could be the Ravens' year. All the doubt that Lamar has had throughout his career, the way their defense has been playing, Todd Monken coming over with the rookies Zay Flowers and Beckham, and even with Mark Andrews going down, Isaiah Likely has filled in nicely. J.K. Dobbins goes down early in the year. Gus Edwards has been pretty good. Justice Hill's been, he's been really good the past couple games, filling in for Keaton Mitchell, who was looking pretty nice, but then he went out for the year. But they got an offensive line. They got the defense. They got the coaching. Harbaugh's brother just won the national championship. Maybe this is a Harbaugh year where the brothers just own football in 2024, 2023, 2024. So we'll see. Debo Samuel goes to Team Rosick. That guy, John Rosick, he's in a bunch of high-stake tournaments all over the place. You got some really savvy dudes for sure, guys that are very serious about this. Brock Purdy goes next. Brandon Ayuk. So he stacks with the Niners there, back-to-back. Again, 6 guys in the league, 14 rounds, and I'm coming up again. So he gets the Purdy Ayuk stack. Actually, I think I could bring up the draft board and then share that for you guys. Let me see. Oh, yeah.
You're on the clock.
Shit. All right, I'll try to clean this up a little bit better as we go along. All right, so Stephon Diggs goes. So where am I going now? James Cook, Amir Gibbs, Kyra Williams, Tyreek, Zay Flowers. Should probably go with a stack here with Zay and Lamar. George Kittle is also out there, which is very nice. Ooh, Nikes. All right, so I'm going to take Kittle here for my second pick. And the lineup, I believe, is 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 kicker, 1 defense, and 2 flex. So it's a pretty deep lineup. I think it's 6 points per touchdown for the quarterbacks. I mean, I just played in a ton of these leagues. I should know this, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. 1 point PPR. But I mean, it is what it is. Again, you're just kind of chasing the teams that you believe in the most and trying to stack those players. I mean, it's good to stack. You want to, at least 2. I mean, I think 3. You could go all the way to 4, maybe 5 if you're getting the right players. Again, you don't want to go too deep sometimes because, when you get to the 4th or 5th spot, sometimes you're taking guys that just aren't doing much. Maybe they give rather than take a guy that goes out in the first round that could give you 25 points, you're taking a guy on the Niners or the Ravens or the Cowboys maybe, or the Bills that, maybe gives you like 10 points to the whole tournament. So you got to be aware of that as well. But sometimes it works out. Sometimes, there's an injury. The guy steps up. He's had success during the year. There's a couple of guys for sure like that could blow up. And, we've seen role players kind of emerge in big spots in the playoffs in the past in multiple sports. So, you just got to hit on it, but sometimes it could burn you as well. So Zay Flowers goes, so I don't get my stack there, but I can still take Isaiah Likely, which I might do here if he's back. You got Tyreek, but again, I think they're probably going out in the first round. You got Puka. I think the Rams are probably going to play 2 games. Maybe they could upset the Niners, but I do think they're going to beat the Lions. Let's see what we got at running back. Kyron Williams is also available, so I'd probably rather have Kyron. He was absolutely a fantasy beast this year. Puka was too, but Kyron was just, 25, 30, 22. I mean, just monster games. So he was absolutely huge. Um, so we'll see. We'll see where I go here. So last couple picks, you got Dak Prescott, you got Zay Flowers, you got Tony Pollard. One bro is up. I'm coming up in a couple picks here. And then we will get back to this. Let's see what I'm going to do here. I think I'm going to go Kyron. I mean, I'd like to have Likely. But I don't know. I'm probably going to get more points out of Kyron through 2 games than I'll get out of Likely through 3. If he makes it to 3. So, I think it's a good pick here if he's let's see what Steel City does here.
You're on the clock.
And he takes Puka. So for me right here, it's either Isaiah Likely or or Kyron Williams. And I got to go Kyron Williams. He's just been too damn good. So if I get 2 games out of him, potentially, and if they beat the Niners, I got Kittle or Kyron going to the freaking Super Bowl. So I'll take that. Or, to the NFC Championship rather. So I got to try to get a Cowboy here. I wanted to get Bills, but again, sometimes you just got to go with the way the draft rolls. I mean, I got Ravens, Bills, and Dallas Niners. Very chalky, obviously. It's the 1-2 versus the 1-2. It seems like the most likely outcome, though, if you match it all up. I mean, the Bills should take care of the Steelers. I think the Bills should beat the Chiefs. Certainly, the Chiefs could beat the Bills in Buffalo. I mean, that's certainly possible. I mean, maybe the Dolphins could even knock off the Chiefs as well. But there's just so many injuries on defense. They have that run game that could kind of blast through that weak Chiefs run D, but just too many injuries on defense. And Tyreek's still not 100. The Chiefs have good corners. It's Andy Reid. It's Mahomes. I know they played not typical Chiefs ball, but this team has won a lot. Sometimes maybe they were just getting a little bit bored in the regular season. Reid is scheming the shit out of stuff right now. Kelsey, if he can get, his balls up, maybe he ices his balls before the game. His balls seem a little drained all year. He can get out there and start stepping up with Rashee Rice. I think they'll beat the Dolphins. So it should be Bills, KC, and then the Ravens, whoever they play, I think they're pretty much going to advance. It's going to be, whether they play the Texans or the Browns. I think they'll advance, and then they'll play the Bills, and then it's a crapshoot there. But I would definitely lean Ravens. I mean, I could certainly see Josh Allen taking care of business. I know McDermott has good history against Lamar in the past. So let's see. I'm coming up after Team Rosick picks here. All right, so where do I want to go? Is Likely still there? Cooper Kupp is still there. I could do a little bit of a Rams.
You're on the clock.
And Likely is still there. I think I'm going to have to take Likely. Could probably get Justice Hill later on. So Cooper Kupp is intriguing here. Dalton Kincaid is also intriguing. But I could come away with some Bills. But again, you want to kind of stack the team. If I have Lamar, I got to get some kind of stack with him. So there's my likely pick. So right now, so far, I got Lamar, I got George Kittle, Kyron Williams, and Isaiah Likely. And, again, it's 2 flex. So you could start up to 3 tight ends in this format. Jahmyr Gibbs goes. Let me see if I can get this draft board blown up. And then I could share this puppy with you guys instead. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. Boom. Oh, wait, here we go. Share this tab. There you go. Bang. Now I can't see my freaking draft thing over here now. All right, well, I could just bounce back and forth, I guess. So after likely, Jameer Gibbs goes, and then Isaiah Pacheco is up next for the Chiefs. 4 roses. So he's got CeeDee Lamb, Zay Flowers, Tony Pollard, Isaiah Pacheco. So obviously a Dallas Baltimore Super Bowl will be nice for him. Maybe the Chiefs could beat the Dolphins. Maybe they could beat the Bills. He gets them in a couple games, gets them in 3 games. And then one bro has McCaffrey, Prescott, Kelsey, Mahomes. So he's got, the old school. I guess it's old school at this point. I mean, it didn't really work this year. The Kelsey Mahomes stack did not work right this year. Kelsey had a little bit of an underwhelming year. Still obviously good for fantasy, not great in real life. So he needs the Chiefs, and then he's got the Niners. So Chiefs, Niners. He's also got Dak as well. So he's got 2 quarterbacks there. He's playing both sides, which isn't terrible. I mean, obviously you need 2 quarterbacks. You don't want to just run with one anyway. Be good to have 2. Again, only 6 teams, so there's 14 quarterbacks out there. Cooper Kupp goes. All right, time for me to pick. Let's see. Talking too much, messing with my process a little bit here. Beckham. 35 seconds for a puppy. What do I want to do here? Should I take the freaking Ravens defense? The Joku Kincaid. I'm going to take Dalton Kincaid. So I get my bill. I'm happy with that. I got at least one Buffalo Bill. And again, if they play the Ravens in the AFC final, the AFC championship, I feel pretty damn good about that. With the Bills and the Ravens. So Lamar, Kyron, Kittle, Kincaid likely is my squad. Let me bring back the draft board. Oh, wait. I think the draft board's still up for you guys, right? Yeah. All right. So you guys are actually, we're good. We're good. Okay, good. So Ferguson goes, Cooper, Amari Cooper. See if the Browns could make a little run here with Joe Flacco. Cooper certainly abused the Texans a couple weeks ago when Case Keenum was in at quarterback. Went absolutely nuts. Was that week 16, the semifinals. Carried a lot of fantasy teams. So they rematch here with CJ Stroud this time, though. Cooper Kupp goes. I take Kincaid, then Devin Achane, rather, and Rashad White. So Team Delgalbo, dude's got Purdy, Ayuk stack, San Fran stack. Then he's got Gus Edwards, got Baltimore guy in there. He's got a Chief guy in there. He's got Rashad White, who, could play 2 games, and it could be very nice. The first game against the Eagles, I mean, he just, he could put up 20. And then if they beat the Eagles, you could get 30, maybe 35 points out of Rashad White. So that's a nice pick, especially there. I think it's pretty solid. Then you get Njoku, also like that. I mean, he's been going off with Joe Flacco. And then Rosick's got Samuel Diggs, James Cook, Tyreek Hill, Devin Achane. So 2 Dolphins. He likes the Dolphins. Seems like he's got the Bills, and then he's got Debo. And I am back up after he takes Nico Collins. All right. And do I want to go defense here? Mike Evans against Philly, that might be pretty damn nice. I mean, Mike Evans could put up 30 points there. And if I get 2 games out of him, that might be pretty nice too. Let me see what quarterbacks are left. You got Tua Stafford's left. I'm not going to go there just yet. I think I'm going to take Mike Evans. I mean, if I could get Devonta's kind of intriguing too, because I do like Philly. Shit. All right, I'm going to take Devonta Smith. I don't know if I like that, but I mean, I like Philly to beat the Bucks. I think they could at least beat the Bucks. Give me 2 games. Maybe in the Bucks secondary has been leaking points all year. Devonta sat out this week. He should be back healthy for the playoffs. I doubt he's going to sit out. There goes Stafford. So I mean, Evans was close, but again, I like the Philly to win. So maybe Evans outscores Devonta in the first game, but I'm going to take the guy with 2 games over the guy with 1 game. I think I had to do that. And it still is freaking Devonta Smith. I mean, he's a hell of a player. So, I mean, I could take Beckham. I could take the Ravens D, which I might do. I could take Bills D. I could, but you really want to try to stack, your quarterback team as much as possible, I would think. Because that's where you're going to get most of your points. You just hope they make a run. I mean, there's different ways to do it, but this is the way. Yeah, I think I want to do. I try to get freaking that defense and a kicker on the same team with Lamar, but I'll mix it around. Maybe I'll get the Niners kicker. Maybe I'll get the Bills kicker. Maybe I'll get the Bills D or the Niners D. I'd like to have one of those 3 D, or maybe even the Cowboys D. Because I have, they can make the Super Bowl as well. So wouldn't mind getting that. So after I took Devonta, Matthew Stafford goes, as you guys can see, Brandon Cooks, Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown. So we have an Eagles stack there. 4 roses. Shit, I'm already back on the clock. Jaden Reed, nice pick. I was just looking at him. What do I want to do here? All right, I'm going to take Mike Evans. I mean, screw it. I'll take the guy that I think is going to put up a bunch of points in round 1. I mean, I got Mostert. I think the Dolphins are going to lose, though. It's a good matchup for Mostert. Montgomery's not bad. Justice Hill is possible. I'm going to go with Mike Evans. Just give me the points. Give me the points. Mike Evans, big year with Baker. Killed it this season. It's going to be a nice matchup against that Philadelphia secondary. That's 31st in the league now. They've been leaking freaking points all year. So give me a shootout between the Bucks. Although the weather, I think, might be a little iffy with the rain in Tampa, but whatever. I think it should be a fairly high scoring game. I think the Bucks will be able to put up some points with Baker. Hopefully Baker's freaking ribs are healed. I mean, he took that shot against the Saints a couple weeks ago. Towards the end of the game, it was a little bit banged up last week against the Panthers. So hopefully, he's out there. He's fully healthy so he could get the ball to freaking Mike Evans. So you see how I'm kind of maneuvering around here a little bit. Obviously, I wanted to take Allen, pivoted to Lamar. That's absolutely fine. And now I have a little bit of a Ravens stack. I got Lamar and Isaiah Likely. I'm going to see if I can get Justice Hill. I'm going to see maybe if I get the Ravens defense or Justin Tucker. And here it's just the team kicker, which I think is kind of cool. So like the kicker goes down, you get the backup. But I guess at this point, teams aren't really going to change kickers. It's more for like the regular season because teams go through kickers like freaking crazy. So we'll see. We'll see what I'm going to do here. Again, Niners D, I could go after Cowboys D, but I'll probably wait on that. As long as there's a skill player out there I could take. So Odell Beckham goes, Tua goes, Dallas Goedert goes. You still got Waddle there. You still got Romeo Dobbs, isn't bad. Gabe Davis is still there. I don't know why I just queued up Justin Watson. Forget about that. Let me see this draft board for you guys, all right, so you can see that okay. Oh, shit, I'm up. Raheem Mostert. So is there Laporta? Who knows if he's going to play? Schultz, not terrible. Do I take Justice Hill here? Yes, I do. I'm going to take Justice Hill. Give me another running back. I need 2 running backs. So I'll take Justice Hill. 3 players on that Ravens stack now. I like it. again, Keaton Mitchell's out. Dobbins is out. I know they signed freaking Dalvin Cook, actually, but I think he's been more like an emergency back. I don't think they're going to throw him into the mix. Hill actually played pretty well, and Cook will probably get picked late. He might be like the last pick, but Justice Hill has the advantage over Dalvin Cook right now. I would think. I mean, it's possible maybe they just play Dalvin Cook, over Justice Hill, but Justice Hill gives them, he's much faster than Cook right now. He gives them a little more speed, a little bit more juice in the passing game, and he's played well. I think he's earned the right. I don't think Cook, who just was signed, had a shit year with the Jets, is going to come in and pop Justice Hill. I mean, it is possible. And I think that Cook probably will get a little bit of burn here in the playoffs. And if there's an injury, of course, but I think that's kind of what he is. I think he's more like like the third string. Just give them a little bit more depth with Keaton Mitchell going down. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Montgomery go. Not bad. At this point, still no defenses or kickers went. They're going to pop off soon. You'll see. They're going to go pretty soon as these skill position players get dried up here a little bit. I think Dalton Schultz probably is one of the best. Maybe Tucker, not Tucker Kraft. I mean, I like Tucker Kraft, but you got Dalton Schultz, you got Waddle, you got Chris Godwin, Dobbs, Gabe Davis. He might not even play. Has a PCL sprain in his knee. Sounds like it's not serious, but it's possible he could sit out. We'll see against against the Steelers. Actually, it could be a Gabe Davis game because Diggs is probably going to get Porter. So then, Wallace is going to be on Gabe Davis. So, yeah, Levi Wallace. So if Gabe Davis can get out there, I might have to take Gabe Davis here. I mean, we've seen him blow in the playoffs before and blow up in the play. I mean, I could take Shakir. Maybe I'll take Shakir instead. But Cowboys defense goes Elijah Mitchell. Not a bad pick at this point. Should get a little bit of burn in the playoffs here. But they're going to go all out McCaffrey. But, he'll get some burn. They have a lead. McCaffrey needs a rest. He could certainly, punch one in or two in. They could go to the Super Bowl. It's not a terrible pick. The running backs are kind of dried up. I mean, we still have Swift. You got Singletary. You got Aaron Jones. You got Kareem Hunt. Gainwell. Oh, you still got Najee. That's not a bad pick. I mean, they're probably one and done, but Najee may give you 15, 16 points. So let's see what I'm going to do here. 2 picks away. One bro. What's he going to do? He takes the Niners D. So if the Ravens D is sitting there for me, best believe I will be taking the Ravens D. And I'll have a 4-man stack of the Ravens there. So again, I'm going to do a couple of these drafts. I want to do a Ravens build. I want to do a Bills build, maybe a Cowboys and a Niners for sure. All 4 of those. And then, like a Rams maybe, maybe a Chiefs, possibly a Browns. And there goes Aaron Jones. So, yeah, I'm going to take the Ravens D. And now I have Lamar, Justice Hill, Isaiah Likely, and the Ravens D. On the other side, on the NFC, I have Kyron Williams, George Kittle, Devonta Smith, and Mike Evans. So I don't know if I could pull off a Cowboy here. I got to see if I can get another Niner or a Cowboy. Again, I could take the Cowboys kicker. Michael Gallup is sitting there, but I don't think he's done anything of late. Has he? I mean, let me see what he's done of late. Michael Gallup. I don't think he's done much at all. He's been like a no-show of late. Yeah, I mean, he's been terrible of late. Going back to November 23rd against the Commanders, 1 catch for 13 yards. Donut against the Seahawks. Eagles 3 for 48 and a touchdown. Okay. Bills 1 catch for 9 yards. Dolphins 2 catches for 4 yards. And then the Commanders last week, donut. So cannot take him right now. Even Jalen Tolbert. I'd probably rather have Jalen Tolbert over him. He's just been better. He scored last week. I guess it's close, but there goes Gabe Davis. So I'm coming back up here. I might take Romeo Dobbs. I think I'm going to take Shakir, actually. I'm going to take Khalil Shakir. I think he could have a nice postseason. Dontavian Wicks is interesting. You still got George Pickens out there. Is Deontay Johnson? I'm sure Deontay Johnson's probably still there too. I don't think many of the Steelers went. See who Rozek takes. Singletary's still there too. Not bad. Swift. But Jalen Warren, Jared Goff goes. And I got to get a first round quarterback because I can't be left in the dust with no first round quarterback. So I got to come back to that eventually. But I'm going to take Khalil Shakir right here. Again, I can see the Bills going to the Super Bowl. Kind of hedges, I guess, a little bit if the Ravens lose. Obviously I need the Ravens, but if the Ravens-Bills play in the AFC Championship, I'll have freaking 6 guys in that game. That would be nice. And maybe I could even get the Bills kicker or the Ravens kicker to make it 7 if I get that matchup. I got to take a quarterback because Jordan Love's gone. CJ Stroud is still there. Flacco, Baker. I got to take a quarterback. I'm going to have to get a guy here. I don't want to be left with freaking Mason Rudolph playing in the first round. I want to get some points. And Stroud's my best bet, or Flacco. I'll take one of those two. Who's ever left? Hopefully one of those is left. If not, I'm going to have to take Baker and have the little Baker Evans stack going. But you know what? Maybe, even Baker's not bad. There goes Flacco. They could beat Philly. And, the only thing that scares me about Baker a little bit is he's a little bit banged up. But, he still could throw for 250, 2 touchdowns. And then if he advances, I'm just going to have to deal with it. It's going to be either Stroud or Baker. Obviously, I'm going to take Stroud because I think he has a better chance to win over the Browns. Not a great matchup. But the Browns' defense has been leaking some points of late. I don't think they've been as strong as they were. And, since Flacco's come in, he's looked good. He's played good for sure, but they really haven't played anybody. They haven't beat anybody, but we've seen the Niners. We see the Niners lose to the Browns with PJ Walker, but I think their defense was playing a little bit better back then. I think they're showing a little bit more holes now. And I know that Jim Schwartz has a history of beating Shanahan. He kind of owns Shanahan. So you got that in the mix there. Let's see who's left at quarterback here. I got to grab one. Dalton Schultz goes. Let me just look at the board here real quick. This guy's got 2 and Goff. This guy's only got 1 quarterback. Yeah, so he's probably going to take. I could wait and then end up with either Baker or Stroud. It's not the worst thing in the world. Let me see if there's a positional player that I want here. Could take Dobbs. He's definitely going to take Stroud, so I'll end up with Baker. Do I want Dobbs? I could still just take Pickens. I could take Singletary. I'm just going to take Stroud. Let's just take CJ Stroud here. Maybe he pulls off an upset. And then we get Texans, Ravens. So it's a little bit of a hedge too, I guess, in some ways. Obviously, if the Ravens goes out, I'm probably screwed, but at least I'll have CJ Stroud. Maybe I could put up some points. Maybe I can win my league at least. I'm not going to win the overall. Again, so this is a 6-team league that you win. The entry is I think it's 229. So if you win your league, you win like 500. I think second place is like 100. But then you qualify for the overall championship as well. And you're playing for the overall as well throughout the playoffs. And the grand prize for that, I believe, is $20,000. So it's not that many teams. I think it's, I don't know, I think they had like 300 teams last year, something like that. So you've got a pretty good chance to win the 20 grand. I mean, you're basically playing in a DFS tournament, small DFS tournament over 3 week or a month rather. So there goes Bills D. Are we taking a break here? Oh no. There goes Bills D. There goes Baker Mayfield. The Galbo needed a quarterback to go with Purdy. Purdy's got the bye. So the only quarterback left is freaking, I believe, Mason Rudolph, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So somebody will take him. Actually, no, nobody needs to take him because there's only 6 guys. So there's 12 quarterbacks. So nobody needs to take him, really. I mean, you could take him, but nobody thinks the Steelers are going to beat the freaking Bills, right? All right. So DeAndre Swift goes. And let's see what Rozek does here. Where am I going to go? Where am I going here? I got Lamar, CJ, Kyron, Justice, Evans, Devonta, Khalil Shakir, Kittle, Kincaid, Likely. I got 3 freaking tight ends. Good thing I can start 2 flexes. Ravens D. What kickers are out there? I could take the Ravens kicker. Again, you could take 2 defenses. You could take 2 kickers. I don't even think you need to take a kicker or defense in this. Oh no, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. What am I talking? That's in their regular draft. All right. So Bills kicker is still there too. Let's see. Is Dobbs healthy? Shit. Oh my god. I hope Dobbs is healthy this week. I just took him. I know he got hurt in that game. Oh, boy. That might have been my biggest mistake. After tripped to the hospital for chest injury, Romeo Dobbs is day to day. Coughing up blood. Oh, great. Seems to be doing better, but he'll be day to day. LaFleur said. Christian Watson was inactive. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Christian Watson, he could come back. I don't even. That was a shitty pick. I don't know why I took Dobbs there. I fucking messed myself. That was my one pick. If I could pull back, I'd pull that back for sure. I definitely screwed that up. I mean, it still could work out. I'm just not thrilled with it, and I'm gonna take probably the Bills. Oh shit, we're coming up on the end of this draft here. I only got 2 picks left. I mean, you need 3 receivers, so I need that depth there. I'm probably gonna have to take another running back, and obviously I got to take a kicker. So, let's see. Lineups are best ball, draft, and go. 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 receiver, 1 tight end, 2 flex, 1 kicker, and 1 defense. So there we go. Yep, I'm going to be starting freaking 3 tight ends most of the time. I have 4 receivers. There goes Dontavian Wicks. I just hope freaking Romeo Dobbs can make his way back. But he's day to day. He definitely got banged up. Went to the hospital, coughing up blood. Jesus. What's the deal with Christian Watson? Is he coming back? Let's see. And this is the other thing too. You draft a little bit early. You don't even know who the hell is going to be available. I mean, you wait till Friday, you get a little bit more info. Packers unsure if Christian Watson will be available versus the Cowboys. So, yeah, we really don't know right now. LaFleur admitted he knew Christian Watson likely was going to play on Sunday. And he's unsure if they'll get back Watson for Sunday versus the Cowboys. Watson's missed 5 straight games with a hammy. He just wasn't ready to play. I mean, that hammy injury he suffered was pretty bad. You knew he was going to be out a while, but it's 5 weeks. This would be 6 weeks. Shit. Hammy injuries just, I mean, he got hurt. He went down and he was starting to play really well. He's finally getting to go. I mean, he's been a lot of injuries early in his career. Seems when he gets out there for a couple weeks, DeMarcus Robinson, that's a nice pick. I like that pick. Do I take Bills or Ravens kicker? I mean, I could kind of hedge a little bit. I don't know. I'm fucking just go all out with the Ravens. All right, I got the Ravens kick. So I got a nice Ravens stack here. Ravens defense, Ravens kicker, likely Justice Hill and Lamar Jackson. I'll take it. I don't have Zay Flowers. I don't have Beckham, but I got likely. I got Justice Hill, and I got Lamar, and I got their kicker and their defense. So I'm going to get a lot of points. I need the Ravens, obviously, to go to the Super Bowl with this team. And I'm going to have one more pick. And how am I going to round this all out? I think I'm going to need another running back because I only have two. So if Singletary's there, I'll take him. Obviously, I got to take him. I need a running back in the first round. I got all my receivers are in the first round. I got Kincaid going in the first round at tight end, so I'm good there. Then the three receivers. Yeah, so I'm good. I just need to I got to get a running back. I got to take either Hunt, Singletary, Najee, Jalen Warren. I guess I could take AJ Dillon. No, I'm not doing that. Could take Jordan. Nah, I'm not taking Jordan Mason. Lenny Fournette, playoff Lenny. Should I take playoff Lenny? I don't know what happened to Latavius Murray last game. I don't know if he was a healthy scratch or if he was hurt. I think he was hurt. I don't think they just straight up bench Latavius Murray. I mean, he's pretty solid. Yeah, he was. I think he was just a straight inactive. Yeah, they elevated Fournette. All right, so let's see. We're gonna take playoff Lenny. Actually, we're gonna take Devin Singletary. Sorry, I'll take Devin Singletary. He could have a nice game. Against the Browns, and if they win, I get 2 games at him. So I think it's a good pick right here. Got a little Texans stack there. Oh, Melton, guy was playing pretty well for the Packers there. Not a bad pick there either. Interesting team. All out on Ravens. I got a couple Bills. I got Kyron. I got Kittle. I got Kincaid. I got 2 Bills. Yeah, I got Shakir and I got Kincaid. But it's basically all Ravens here for this squad. And we're going to wrap it up here. So nice little breakdown here, 43 minutes. So we'll go over each team real quick. Four Roses or Team to Gobble. We'll start with him. His team is filled up. Brock Purdy, Brandon Ayuk stack, Gus Edwards on the AFC side, Rashee Rice, Chiefs, Rashad White again. You get 2 games at him. That'll be nice. Njoku, get 2 games out of him. That's nice. Beckham. So he's got Beckham and Edwards. You can get the Baltimore Niners matchup there. You got Goddard, Chris Godwin, Gabe Davis, Baker Mayfield for his first round quarterback there. DeAndre Swift, Browns kicker. Browns defense and Niners kicker. Team Rozek, Debo Samuel, Stephon Diggs, James Cook. So a little bit all over the place. 2 Bills, though. Tyreek Hill. Then he's got 2 Dolphins. 2 Dolphins, 2 Bills, and a Niner. Nico, Houston advances. Nico should, give you a lot of points. Tua as his starter. So, I mean, this guy's all Dolphins. I mean, he must be a Dolphins fan. I mean, how could you believe in the I mean, they could beat the Chiefs, but their defense. They just lost Van Ginkel. They lost Bradley Chubb. The Xavier Howard's going to be out. They're all banged up. They lost another freaking linebacker, another pass rusher. So Mostert, 2, 4 Dolphins, 5 Dolphins, Waddle, 5 Dolphins. So I mean, it's interesting. It's a path to. I mean, Rozek's going to do a million teams. This is basically his strategy. Maybe the Dolphins pull up a miracle, but to me, this team is going to be a waste of money. Goff, Bills D, Laporta. We'll see if he plays. Bills kicker and Jamison Williams, who might be, he's going to be asked to step up for sure if Laporta doesn't play. My team, we'll say my team for last. Steel City, Josh Allen, very nice. St. Brown, Puka, Gibbs. So 2 Lions, Cup, 2 Rams. Stafford has the Rams stacked there with Allen and the Lions. So he's going to go either Lions or Rams there to make a run. Jaden Reed, nice pick. Montgomery, another Lion. So 3 Lions, three Rams. Aaron Jones, Jordan Love, another stack there. Dalton Schultz, Cowboys D, Demarcus Robinson, and Bo Melton. So, yeah, you don't have to take a kicker in a defense from what I remember. So, yeah, you could just leave your lineup blank and just add more flex players, and that's kind of what he did here. So that's not a bad strategy either. I mean, I don't mind doing that. I remember that from last year. It fills out, but you're not required to take them, so I don't mind that. McCaffrey, most guys did take a kicker in a defense, though. Pretty much everybody did except for Steel City and Four Roses, I think. Oh, actually, yeah. All right, Steel City, or one bro rather. McCaffrey, Prescott, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes. So you got the Chiefs stack with the Cowboys on the 9 on the other side. Amari Cooper could be nice if he plays a couple games. Brandon Cook, another Cowboy. So Cowboys Chiefs stack there. Cowboys Chiefs Super Bowl possible. I don't see the Chiefs going to Super Bowl. Jerome Ford, Clyde Edwards, another Chief there. So certainly a Chiefs Dallas Super Bowl for one bro. Justin Watson, another Chief, another Cowboy, Michael Gallup. We went over his numbers, been brutal of late. Probably rather have Jalen Tolbert. Chiefs D, Dowdle, Najee Harris. So Cowboys Chiefs all day long. 4 Roses, CeeDee Lamb, Zay Flowers, Tony Pollard, Pacheco. So Cowboys, Ferguson, 3 Cowboys, Hurts, AJ Brown, Cowboys D, Elijah Mitchell, Joe Flacco, Elijah Moore, Ontavian Wicks, I like that. Kenneth Gainwell, Eagles. So a little bit kind of over the place, but he's a bunch of Cowboys, so he's got the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. You get CeeDee Lamb, number 1 overall. Big pick. Could go nuts for sure. Could work out. We'll see. My team, Lamar Jackson, George Kittle. So Niners, Ravens, Kyron Williams, get the Rams in there. You get freaking Kyron playing 2 games. Could give me freaking 50, 60 points. Maybe they upset the Niners. And I get 3 games out of Kyron. And maybe they beat the Cavs. Maybe they go to the damn Super Bowl. That'd be freaking awesome. You get Kyron Williams and the Ravens, Ravens Super Bowl. That'd be nice. Likely for the Lamar stack. Dalton Kincaid to get a bill in there. Devonta Smith it just felt like the right pick there just to give me some points. I think the Eagles will beat the Bucs. Mike Evans, just in case. I mean, he sat there. I was going to take Evans. I was debating between Smith and Evans there. So I took Evans again. One game could give me 20 points. Again, sometimes you just want to get guys that give you points rather than taking lower end guys that aren't going to do much for you and go, maybe 2 or 3 rounds. Like Evans versus Beckham. Beckham might go to the Super Bowl, but Evans might outproduce him in one game. So there you go. So Justice Hill to get another Ravens stack. He's been playing pretty well. Again, Dalvin Cook wasn't picked in this draft. We'll see if there's any news as we get closer about Dalvin Cook and what his role will be in the playoffs. But I tend to think that it's just going to be kind of the third string role. He'll step in when needed if there's an injury, if something like that. Maybe they'll give him a couple reps They got another week to get him ready. Maybe they'll see how he looks. Maybe they'll give him a couple reps. If he looks good, they'll keep feeding him. That is possible as well. Obviously, a running back can kind of step in. He's been around for a long time. Ravens D, another stack there. So 4 Ravens. Khalil Shakir, another Bill. I like the Bills to play the Ravens in the AFC Championship. And I like Shakir. I think he could really step up. We still don't know the total status of Gabe Davis just yet. CJ Stroud, I needed a quarterback to play in the wild card round with Lamar and the bye. Could beat the Browns. Maybe I get 2 games out of them, but either way, you can only get points for one quarterback. You have to think Lamar would outscore him in the second round anyway. So whatever. I'll take CJ Stroud against the Browns. Maybe he gives me 20. I'll take it. Romeo Doubs. This is the one pick, I was talking about it before. I wasn't really happy with. I don't know. It sounds like he's day-to-day, should be out there. He's had a pretty good connection with Jordan Love, in his first 2 seasons. It doesn't sound like Christian Watson's coming back. Basically it's Reed and Dobbs. But Dontavian Wicks, he stepped up when Dobbs went out. He played well. So we'll see if I'm going to need Dobbs to get in there. I can't take a donut there. I got to get Dobbs in there and give me 10, 15 points. I'll be happy. Ravens D, so another stack, and then I need another running back. I only had 2 with Kyron Williams and Justice Hill. I need another running back for a flex play there, and to fill out that starting lineup with the 2 running backs. In case one goes down. So Devin Singletary, again, Texas could win. Devin Singletary took Pierce's job. He fits that zone running scheme way better than Pierce ever did. Pierce is a total afterthought. I said it like in week, 7 or 8. I'm looking at Pierce. I'm like, this guy just doesn't look like an NFL starter to me. And I think finally the Texans realized it took them way too long. Singletary was killing it when Pierce was out. Then Pierce came back, and they tried to go back to Pierce, and it was a hot mess, and Singletary wasn't doing shit again. Then they gave Singletary the ball fully, and he produced pretty well. So not to go too long about my last damn pick, but there you have it, guys. FFWC, if you want to check it out. They have some other contests as well. They have a free contest in honor of Emil, who just passed away, I believe, recently. So rest in peace to him. I believe that's the right person. I'm not totally familiar with him, but I believe, he was from Football Diehards, and he had a role with FFWC. So they have a free contest for him. And they also have like a Maui, you can win a trip to Hawaii. I think it's 25 to enter. So go check that out. You also have Underdog. You got DraftKings. Underdog's another site where you can actually draft. DraftKings is going to be salary, obviously. I don't think they have any drafts. You got fantasypostseason.com if you want to start your own home league, with your friends, your buddies. You can go anywhere from 4 to 12 to 16 to 20 teams in your league, whatever you want to do. And you can have your own draft. You can do salary cap. They have a bunch of contests as well. fantasypostseason.com. And then you have NFC. They kind of have a different contest where you got to, you can only pick like one play. You have to pick like, we'll go check it out. They have a couple different, I can't explain it in full, but it's not a draft. You get to pick whoever you want, but you got to pick like a guy from each team through at least in the first round. And then you can cut guys and add guys in the second round. And then FFPC, I think, is just one shot. You pick a team and that's it. So a lot of good playoff contests out there. Go check it out. Follow me, guys, on Twitter at Fantasy Savvy. And what tab is open right now? I hope it's this tab. Let me stop the screen. There you go. So I'm back. Follow me on X at Fantasy Savvy. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. If you guys can head over to YouTube and watch it there, definitely give me a like and subscribe. You can just search Steve D'Angelo Fantasy Savvy. I appreciate it, guys. I'm going to see if I can do another one of these. Maybe we'll do one every night until the playoffs start. We'll see how much I can get in. Hope you enjoyed. Hope this gave you some perspective on the playoffs. Enjoy. Take care. Brush your hair. Oh, and Full-Time Fantasy joins us. Awesome. And Kyron Fantasy MVP. For sure. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Broadcast this on your site, too. I love it. Take care, guys. See you maybe tomorrow.